Pro thief Neil McCauley plans a big score. He puts on a paramedic uniform, enters a hospital and calmly drives away in ambulance. This is one part of the prep work. On the day of the job, all 5 members take their roles, except for the new guy Waingro. The other 4 are old partners. There is Trejo, who tracks the armored truck, Michael drives the heavy truck, waiting to ambush, and Chris, the explosives genius. Their target is bearer bonds inside an armored truck. The robbery plan is simple and brutal. They follow the truck and report its position, then ram it with the heavy truck. When the armored truck reaches the right spot, McCauley drives the ambulance, pretends to turn around but actually blocks the road. Then the heavy truck slams in at full force. The truck flips and the 5 start blasting the doors, before police backup arrives. They have 3 minutes to open the doors, control the guards, find the bonds and lay spike strips. Everything goes smoothly, but the new guy Waingro is a wild card. He orders a guard to step back. When the guard does not react, he attacks right away. His partners curse him and remind him the guard was blown deaf and cannot hear, but he insists the guard was provoking him. I got it, you just had to mess with me. Are you picking a fight with me or what? What should have been a simple robbery turned into a killing. This makes McCauley very unhappy with Waingro. Luckily, the spike strips set up in advance stop the police cars, giving them enough time to retreat. After reaching a safe spot, the explosives genius Chris leaves a homemade bomb in the car to destroy evidence. Then they switch cars and escape. That night, McCauley gives the $1.6 million in bonds to the fence Nate. He and the team get 40%, which is $640,000. The man McCauley robbed is named Van Zant. He invests money for foreign drug dealers. The bearer bonds are insured so he can get full payout, so he does not really lose anything. Nate suggests selling the bonds back to Van Zant at 60% instead of the street. This way McCauley gets another 40%, which is $320,000, a world where only the insurance company gets hurt. The officer in charge of the case is Lieutenant Vincent Hanna. He is a former Marine. Because he is too focused on work, his relationship with his 3rd wife is on the edge of collapse. He also has a troubled stepdaughter named Lauren. The girl has anxiety attacks because her real father is a total mess. Vincent struggles with family issues, but his police work is flawless. Based on the crime scene, he quickly decides this was done by pros. The reasons are clear. These guys know police response times. After hearing police radio, they retreat within 3 minutes. There are 2 highways near the scene, making escape easy. After the shootout when they killed 2 guards, they did not hesitate to kill a 3rd because they already committed first-degree murder. Killing 1 more makes no difference, so they remove all witnesses. This way of thinking is not from small-time thieves. They used shaped charges to blow the truck doors, showing expert skill. Vincent orders the team to check recent smart robberies for links. One of the robbers was called Slick. It is a common nickname, but check it anyway. At the same time, they look for fences on the street to gather info and ask the bomb squad about the type of explosives to trace the source. But the explosive lead quickly goes nowhere. The crew use demolition explosives that can be bought with a license in many states, too common to track. The others are very unhappy about Waingro going crazy and killing cops. McCauley ignores his excuses and loses his temper in public. He says they will split the money and go their separate ways, but as a professional thief, he will not leave loose ends. Just as McCauley is about to execute Waingro, Michael warns him that police are passing by. After the police leave, Waingro under his feet is gone. That piece of trouble actually got away. Do not think these guys are just thieves. They also have families. Chris has a wife and a son, but his gambling and drug habits make the marriage very tense. Vincent's situation is even more twisted. He looks down on the stepdaughter's father for ignoring the child, yet he himself is addicted to work, ignores his partner and refuses to talk, so having 3 wives is not surprising at all. When McCauley is not working, he lives like a normal man. Lately, he often goes to the library, reading books about metals. There he meets a woman named Edie, who works at a bookstore. She is also trying hard to build a career in graphic design. The usually lone McCauley connects well with the calm and quiet Edie. They talk about family, strange life stories and unstoppable loneliness. Then they sleep together. Vincent visits an informant and demands leads. He is extremely tough when facing criminals. Let us enjoy classic Al Pacino-style shouting. Give me what you got, Vincent. Do not waste my time. McCauley's crew starts planning another job. A bank robbery worth over $12 million is introduced by someone else. He needs to adjust the alarm system in advance and shut down cameras. Building and electrical plans are already prepared. At the same time, the fence Nate contacts Van Zant about the stolen bonds. The other side quickly agrees to buy them back at 60%, since the insurance paid in full. Buying them back is pure profit. But Van Zant actually wants to get rid of the thieves. Otherwise, word gets out and everyone will dare to steal from him. McCauley goes home and finds Chris lying on his floor. He calls Chris's wife, Charlene, and learns the couple is fighting because they have no money to use. After robbing for so long, where did the money go? It was all lost by this gambling addict. He suggests telling the family the truth and controlling him hard. Not only gambling, he also cheats everywhere. It is amazing this marriage still exists. McCauley comforts Chris, saying once the bonds are sold back to Van Zant, there will be money. A bank robbery job is also put on the schedule. Before that, they need to do a precious metals robbery first. Macaulay contacts Van Zandt and sets up a meeting. At the same time, he follows Chris's wife Charlene and finds her checking into a room with another man. With leverage in hand, he confronts her and demands she give Chris another chance. If the guy messes up again, Macaulay will fund her to start a new life, loyal or not. This really drags her deeper into the fire. On Vincent's side, he meets the informant's brother and gets new information. The brother ran into a former cellmate while shopping, who kept saying he did nothing wrong, way too suspicious. And then what? There is no then. Vincent feels he was played. Meeting an ex-con means nothing. He gets angry and stands up to leave. The brother casually tells the informant that Slick definitely has issues. Vincent immediately catches that nickname. He learns that the ex-con loves calling people Slick. His name is Michael and he is 6 feet tall, covered in prison tattoos with a huge peacock standing out. He is the guy who drives the heavy truck. Colleagues give Vincent Michael's info. His record is impressive. Since 1976, he has been arrested 33 times. 11 for armed robbery with 3 convictions. Most recently, he served 5 years for manslaughter claimed as self-defense. Vincent orders full 24-hour surveillance on Michael. On the deal day, Van Zandt's people show up in a pickup. After seeing them, Macaulay tells him to raise his hands and use only his right hand to toss the cash package into Macaulay's car. Another man pops out of the truck bed, trying to ambush Macaulay, but he is not stupid enough to come alone. Chris on high ground spots the ambush in time and gives a warning. They never planned to let Macaulay live to take the money. Inside the package, there is not a single bill, only blank paper. Macaulay makes a phone call. Van Zandt knows the plot failed but still plays dumb asking how the deal went. Macaulay tells him to forget about the money. I do not understand, because the voice on the other end is a dead man. That night, the 4 robbers have dinner with their families. In the laughter, only Macaulay sits alone, feeling lonely. He leaves the table to call Edie. Luckily, she is also hoping to see him again. Outside the restaurant, police are watching the group. They tap Chris's phone and find Michael drove to the precious metals warehouse 3 times. That place is likely the next target. Police also see Macaulay for the first time and plan to tail him. Waingro, who escaped Macaulay earlier, is still causing trouble. After finishing a job, he kills a young prostitute. He is clearly a blood-hungry psycho. After finishing the crime, he even looks for a new job on purpose. Vincent finally finds time to meet his wife and her friends, just as things turn warm and sweet. A work call comes in. Once again, he leaves his wife and rushes to a murder scene. The victim is a girl about to come of age. Her body is stripped naked and dumped in a waste oil barrel. This is Waingro's work and it is not his first time. When Vincent finishes the case and returns to the restaurant, his wife is waiting alone in the dark. She complains that Vincent always pushes her away and never shares his work. Vincent sees this as a form of protection, like the case where a bastard threw a crying baby into a microwave to cook it. How could he ever talk about things like that with his wife? But in daily life, he also rarely communicates. Vincent explains this is to stay sharp and alert, so even after work, he is still working. You are not living life with me, you live among the remains of dead people. His wife believes chasing killers is the only thing Vincent truly cares about, yet she also cannot leave him. Macaulay and Edie are deep in romance. He suggests they move to New Zealand together. Edie would no longer worry about work or money. She could open a design studio there and build her own career. 2 cold hearts rub together and create heat. The crew starts robbing a precious metals warehouse. Vincent leads the team, hiding in nearby containers. Surveillance and ambush are set. Michael climbs a power pole and cuts the alarm lines. Chris breaks in and drills open the vault door. Macaulay stays outside as lookout. When a cop inside a container sits down his gun, hits the wall and makes a sound. It is not loud but it alerts Macaulay. 1 cop and 1 thief lock eyes through the cameras like a mental duel. Macaulay shows no reaction but stays extremely alert. He walks calmly into the warehouse, then quickly goes to Chris and calls for an immediate retreat. The door is almost open but they have to give it up. Seeing them come out empty-handed, Vincent orders to let them go. Arresting them now would only mean minor charges. They would be out in 6 months and it means nothing. A whole night wasted. Vincent is furious inside. Macaulay is even more angry, wondering how the police knew about their move. If their homes and phones are all being watched, it will be hard to make another move. Of course, sooner or later, Macaulay still has to deal with Van Zandt, but the problem now is should they run fast or rush to rob that bank before police close in. Chris wants to do one last job. He needs the money and the amount is worth the risk. Michael agrees to join mainly for loyalty, but he has a good partner and enough savings to live fine. Macaulay tells him to be smart and better stay out of it, but Michael loves this life and insists on joining. Trejo does not hesitate at all. Vincent changes tactics and starts with the robbers' families. He goes to Chris's wife's boss and uses his cigarette smuggling dirt to force him to help with info. Macaulay and the crew go to a loading site to scout and plan. Their moves are fully caught by police. Vincent gets the call and arrives. He thinks cargo theft is not big enough for those guys. The nearby refinery and junkyard have no real money. While confused, Vincent suddenly sees his spot is wide open, totally exposed. He cannot help thinking these robbers are real pros. Right now, the cops are being watched by the thieves. The tables are turned. Nate quickly finds out about Vincent. He learns Vincent is watching them hard. Except for losing Macaulay at night, the others are like naked men. This Vincent is like a mad dog. He has crushed many big crews and is very strong. Except for his bad marriage, he has almost no weakness, and Vincent actually likes Macaulay. He thinks Macaulay is very skilled. Nate breaks it down for Macaulay. What does it mean? A man marries 3 times. It means he is never home and searches all night long. Now he is so focused on Macaulay. The job is too hard and risky. Better quit first. Good guys only need luck once, but bad guys need luck every time. But Macaulay is firm and set on doing this job. Vincent comes home late and finds his wife doing makeup to go out. He cannot even ask where she is going, since they are in a cold war. He keeps working late. Vincent personally tails Macaulay. With help from Airview, he stops his car. 2 smart men do not need to play dumb. Vincent invites Macaulay for coffee and he agrees right away. They sit down and start their first real face-off with words. Vincent asks if Macaulay wants to go back to prison. Macaulay mocks him, saying he only catches stupid crooks. Each has his own skills, so neither will tell the other to quit. Macaulay says he does not want a normal life with wife, kids and warm bed. One is a cop, one is a thief, but both live in a total mess. Vincent admits his life is even more of a crash site. His stepdaughter is trouble and his 3rd marriage is falling apart. He spends huge time chasing people like Macaulay. Macaulay remembers something someone once told him: if you feel the heat, do not get attached to anything you cannot drop in 30 seconds. If Vincent keeps chasing him, how can he save his marriage? Macaulay also speaks honestly about his life. He has a woman and he hides his real identity from her. Vincent asks a deep question right away. If Macaulay finds out Vincent is coming to catch him, can he drop that woman in 30 seconds? No goodbye, just leave. Macaulay believes this is discipline and must be followed. The two share strong respect for each other's work belief. That is empty inside, right? Yeah, it is what it is. That is it, or we should both do something else, buddy. I will not do anything else. Me neither. I do not want to do anything else. Me neither. Vincent talks about a dream. He dreams of victims from past cases, sitting at a big table with their dead faces staring at him in silence. Macaulay shares he once dreamed of drowning. To avoid dying in the dream, he forced himself awake. He thinks it means he still has time to do what he wants. Vincent says they talk like friends, each doing his own job like normal people. He hopes he will never arrest Macaulay, but if Macaulay keeps doing crime, his partner's wife may become a widow because of him. Macaulay also warns Vincent if Vincent blocks his way, he will kill him without hesitation. They respect each other but cannot stand together. Vincent returns to the station and hears bad news. The other robbers all shake off their tails at the same time. Macaulay leaves the diner and disappears fast. They have no idea the crew has already started preparing the next job. They reroute the bank alarm lines and cut the cameras. Ever since Macaulay's death threat call, Van Zandt hides in his office, afraid to leave. No more calls come after that. A man claiming to know Macaulay approaches Van Zandt. It is Waingro, who joined the robbery before. This bastard offers help to strike back at Macaulay. Before the job, the robbers meet at a diner. Trejo is late and does not show. While waiting, Macaulay notices a familiar face in the kitchen. The cook is a black man who used to be a real pro at the job. After parole, he was placed to work at the diner, getting squeezed by the manager every day. Luckily, he has a gentle and kind girlfriend who stays with him through it all. The guy really wants a new path in life. Trejo finally calls. He tells Macaulay to call back from a public phone, then says there are police eyes everywhere and he cannot shake them. Careful, Macaulay tells Trejo not to come to avoid bringing cops, but at the last moment, what do they do without one man? Macaulay thinks fast. He goes straight to the man working in the kitchen. After brief catching up, he gets to the point. He confirms the man is still skilled and recruits him for today's job. It is one big score to escape this life, or stay clean and let his girlfriend suffer with him. The man hesitates for a moment and agrees to join. That day, the 3-man crew brings gear into the bank and moves fast. They take down the guards first and tie them up. Macaulay tells everyone he does not want to hurt anyone. Their money is insured and no one will lose out. They are only here for the bank's money, so think about your families and do not play hero. Chris opens the vault door, takes the bags and swallows piles of cash, then hands them to the other two to carry out. At the police station, an informant calls saying Macaulay is targeting a bank. Vincent immediately leads the team out. Michael carries the first bag of cash and walks out smoothly. He links up with the lookout outside. Macaulay and Chris follow right after. Vincent, arriving at the bank, already spots them. He orders his men to wait until everyone is in the cars and shoot carefully. The cops raise their weapons and move in on the robbers. They clear civilians while staying out of Macaulay's sight. One of the most classic shootouts in movie history begins. Get down. Chris gets shot while escaping. Macaulay supports his brother while firing and pulling back. Worried about innocent people, Vincent dares not return heavy fire. Seeing Macaulay and Chris get away, he turns to chase the lone Michael. To stay alive, Michael takes a girl hostage. He does not notice Vincent quietly circling behind. Macaulay takes Chris to an illegal clinic to treat the gunshot. Chris has lost too much blood and needs rest, but they only have 6 to 7 hours to escape. Macaulay tells Chris that Nate will come for him later. They must leave Los Angeles fast. Chris wants to take his wife Charlene with him. That is clearly not realistic. Before leaving, Macaulay needs to confirm the escape route is safe. The job is blown and the routes may be set up too, and the traitor is obvious without guessing. Whoever did not show up is the rat. Trejo sold them out. Chris's wife Charlene also looks for a way out for herself and the child, so she contacts her boss, asking him to take her away. Not knowing he is already working with the police, Macaulay sneaks into Trejo's house. He first finds Trejo's wife dead, then finds Trejo barely alive. Macaulay presses him to ask who sold them out. Trejo admits Waingro is working for Van Zandt. He grabbed Trejo's wife and forced him to betray Macaulay. As for whether he gave up the escape routes, he was tortured so badly his mind is gone and he cannot remember. Trejo knows he is dying and his wife is already gone. He begs Macaulay not to leave him like this. After ending Trejo, Macaulay gets Van Zandt's address from Nate. He wants revenge for his dead partners. Vincent knows Macaulay must have an escape route, but after today's accident, he believes Macaulay will never use the old route and that is the chance. The logic is solid. Right now, he is rushing to the informant who tipped the bank robbery. He knows someone else is behind this kid. At the same time, Macaulay finds the mastermind Van Zandt. He demands to know where Waingro is. Getting no answers, he pulls the trigger. Charlene goes with her boss. The moment she enters and sees police, she knows she was tricked. He only wants to save himself and does not care about her. Charlene refuses to help police bait Chris, so police use the child to threaten her. If Charlene goes to jail as an accomplice, the child becomes an orphan. His life path can be seen already: welfare home, foster family, juvenile jail, prison. If she gives up Chris, the mother and child can live a normal life. Charlene has no choice and agrees to help. On the other side, Vincent gets Waingro's name from the informant. He is the one who tipped off the bank job and sold out Macaulay. He once worked with the crew and later worked for Van Zandt. At this time, a team finds Van Zandt's body. It is clear Macaulay came for revenge. And if he has a next target, it must be Waingro. Waingro's location is also found. Vincent orders it to be leaked to draw Macaulay out. Edie guesses Macaulay is today's robber. Macaulay has to confess everything and scares her into running out. Macaulay chases her and comforts her, still hoping she will go with him, but until morning, he still cannot convince Edie. Vincent comes home and sees a strange man. His wife openly admits what she did last night. She did it on purpose. The man feels bad because she never said she was married. In the end, she did all this just to end things with Vincent, using Ralph as the tool. Nate plans Macaulay's escape route. Chris leaves first because he insists on finding Charlene. Now the only one Macaulay worries about is Edie. She is also deep in love and finally agrees to run away with him. As expected, Chris is lured in by Charlene. Police tell her to step onto the balcony and show herself and things will end fast. Charlene hesitates and walks out to the balcony. Chris with a new look drives up downstairs, smiling with relief. One hand sign and Chris understands everything. He is full of pain but can only leave. Back in the room, Charlene tells police the man who came was not Chris. Police order an immediate stop of the car to confirm, but Chris escapes smoothly using a perfect fake identity. This couple will never see each other again. When Vincent hears it came up empty, he completely loses heart. Macaulay most likely got away and all the work was for nothing. Burning with anger, Vincent leaves the station, looking at the TV on the passenger seat. He gets more and more mad. He throws away the TV and throws away the past. He returns to the hotel to rest. The moment he opens the bathroom door, his mind explodes. His stepdaughter Lauren is lying in a blood-red bathtub. She tried to kill herself. Vincent quickly pulls her out and checks her signs. Then he ties her arms and legs tight to stop the bleeding. His wife gets the news and is already waiting at the hospital. Vincent arrives soon after carrying the girl in. Surgery is done quickly and the girl is out of danger. His wife nearly breaks down and Vincent keeps comforting her, saying he will not leave again. Macaulay heads to the airport and Nate tells him the plane will be ready on time. One more thing, Waingro's location is found. He is staying at a hotel under a fake name. Macaulay wants to know so Nate cannot hide it. He thinks Macaulay would not risk revenge now, so there is no need. Macaulay is not someone who does stupid things, especially with a woman by his side, but after a hard inner struggle, he cannot let go of his brother's revenge. He turns the car with Edie and heads straight to Waingro's hotel. Before getting out, he tells Edie not to turn off the engine. He will be back soon. Macaulay enters the hotel. He uses the internal phone to call the front desk, lying that room service sent the wrong meal and gets Waingro's room number. Not knowing police have set cameras, he walks straight to Waingro's door. Macaulay takes the elevator upstairs. After arriving, he blocks the elevator door with a trash bin and pulls the fire alarm. This makes all other elevators drop to the first floor and shut down. Vincent waiting at the hospital gets another work call. but this time he does not leave. Vincent admits he neglected his family. In the end, there is still no way to save this fragile marriage. He is a work addict and maybe not the man his wife wants. After this honesty, his wife actually feels a little less pain. She tells Vincent to go deal with work and remember to call back safe. He takes quick small steps and rushes off. Macaulay finds Waingro's room and knocks on the door. The bastard is alert and comes out holding a gun. Macaulay pretends to be hotel staff, saying there is a fire and guests need to evacuate. Why do we not talk first, brother? Downstairs, Edie sees fire trucks and police cars heading to the hotel and gets very worried. Upstairs, Macaulay knocks down the arriving cops and leaves the scene. Vincent also arrives very quickly. Just as Macaulay happily returns to the car, ready to leave again with Edie, that threat called heat appears, and he makes the most correct choice a criminal can make. Vincent is firm like a shark hunting its prey. He asks an officer for a shotgun and keeps chasing Macaulay. These two respectful enemies cat and mouse face off at the airport. I told you I would never go back. That is the movie Heat. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.